I was going to wait till tomorrow to tell you all this, but what the heck? With this bonus check, I'm putting in a swimming pool. Oh. Hey.
Oh. Clark, what's wrong? Honey? It's bigger than you expected? Smaller? What is it?
It's a 1-year membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
Oh, God.
Right here, with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is!
This is a problem I myself have run into, and maybe a couple of you have run into this issue as well. When we dedicate so much of our time expecting for the income or the life of our dreams to come from somebody else, they're the ones that dictate what we get. As we can see in National Lampoon, Clark was expecting this big commission check so that he could give his family a pool. Whereas since he was working for a big company, a big corporate level company, they were the ones that were like, you know what, we don't have enough money to get bonuses this year, so here's a little coupon to this free thing for a year. And it's like, well, I was expecting to have $10, $20, $30, $40,000 in this bonus check so that I could put a pool in the ground. And that's probably the most unfulfilled and hurtful feelings that we could have. And we can see how Clark gets angry and he just wants to tell his boss off because his boss did him dirty. His boss didn't stand up to his word. He was a coward. He hid in the corner and didn't want to speak up to protect his own employee. And that's the problem that I've run into in the corporate world as well. And it's why I've self-studied, why I do these videos, why I wanted to learn how to do sales so that I could control my own income and have the money that I wanted to have come in each and every single month. So instead of me relying on a bonus at the end of the year or at the end of the quarter or at the end of the month, it's like I can go out, I can create my own product, I can create my own service, and I can sell that to said person. So then at that point, I get to decide how much income I have coming in each and every single month. And I'm not relying on somebody else's words or company to be able to bring me my livelihood for myself and my family. It's something that I think each and every single one of us should learn how to do is sell. And not should, I think everybody needs to learn how to sell and needs to learn how to communicate. It's why I do like group calls and why I do like one-on-one coaching with other people, because being able to just communicate with any individual on the street without any objective or outcome and just learn how to communicate and have conversations with strangers then transfers over to sales, because it's like when you have a conversation with a normal person, and normal person just like not somebody that is a prospect or somebody that you're trying to close, if that's the person that you're just wanting to talk to and you're just trying to have a genuine conversation to get to know that person, there's no objective, there's no I'm trying to get to have you buy said thing from me because this is something that I know will help you. And that's why coming and understanding how to have conversations with just normal standard everyday people, and it's why I have this group coaching that I do if you are in the Colorado area, which if you are, happy to have you join me, and I can help you just understand how to communicate better with people so that you don't run into the same situation that Clark did. Because it's not a good feeling when you're telling your family like, hey, we're going to put a pool in, or we're going to go on this vacation, or we're going to go somewhere else, and then the company that you work for doesn't follow through. They don't stay true to their word. They don't stay true to who they are or what they said they're going to do for you. And like an example that I have is when I was working at my corporate job, when I had my sales role, I was up for a promotion. Like I had outsold everybody. I had done everything in the ways that like I knew to succeed, and they continually told me, it's just like, oh, yeah, you just need a little bit more polish. Just a little bit. Let's just polish you up. And I was like, okay, well, what do I need to do? And it's just like, oh, learning your terminology a little bit better. And I'm just like, dude, I'm outselling everybody at the company that's been here for years. Like, do I really need polish, or are you just saying that because you don't want to move me up, because you understand that if you do move me up, I'm going to leave the company and I'm going to go somewhere else, which that's what I ended up doing. And that's because I have self-respect for myself, and I won't stay somewhere where I'm not valued or I'm not respected, because it's just not who I am. I'd rather step out on my own, try my own thing for a couple of months or a year, whatever it may be. And then I can always come back to a corporate job, or I can always come back to the normal standard 9 to 5 work, which I don't see myself ever going back to there If I have to, like, I mean, I will. Like, I understand I can get into a company and I'll just outsell and outwork everybody else that's there. And then I do get to create my own income in a certain degree, which is why I do think sales is very, very useful for anybody that's wanting to increase their income or wanting to have more control over how much money comes in each and every single day. Because it's not a good way to view the world as, okay, I'm going to be working for this person for an hourly rate. It's okay in the beginning. I just do believe that it's better to have skills such as sales, communication, psychology, human behavior, body language, to understand how to create your own income so that you're not having to worry about this commission check that comes in and then being sadly disappointed and angry and upset because you didn't get what you were looking for. And that's why we get overwhelmed and we have all these passive strategies or these things are outside of our control. And it's frustrating because, like, when we have to pay for rent or we have to pay for taxes or we have to do all these other things that might not be things that we want to do, but we have to do them because, like, it's just part of being an adult and a human and living in the world that we live in. So, like, if we were able to remove that aspect and take control over it by, say, doing a YouTube channel or by learning how to do sales or doing one-on-one coaching or group coaching and being able to provide value to other individuals, then we wouldn't be reliant on this check that may or may not come from the company. Whereas, like, when we work for ourselves, we're the ones that write our own checks every single day. Yes, there is a lot more responsibility that comes along with it. I just have found more value and fulfillment and joy from doing it this way compared to working outside of or working for another company, because I was talking with my old man the other night as well too around this topic, and he was like, yeah, maybe they're intimidated by your strength and your conviction that they didn't want to put you in management or in the next role because they knew that you would leave if, like, they did in a certain period of time, so they wanted to move somebody else that was going to stay there for a couple of years, if not longer. And I was like, yeah, that's completely understandable, because, like, my whole goal when I was working at that job was just to learn to prove to myself that I could sell better than anybody that had been there for the past decade or so, which that's exactly what I did. And you guys can do the exact same thing. Like, if you set your mind to something and you put in the work and you practice and you do the reps every single day, you will get to that point where you don't have to worry about where the money's coming from or where, like, how you're going to be eating or paying for rent or going out for food or whatever it may be that you are wanting to do with your money. Because it does come down to a skill, and that's why I feel so sad for Clark, is because he was excited about, like, he's like, I'm going to get this check. I know I put in all the work. I know I did what was required of myself to be able to come here. And then the company's like, yeah, no, screw you. We don't have this money for you. And it's just like, dude, I did so much work for you that you just repay me like that. And it's not a good feeling to have. It's what just these big corporations do. I wouldn't say all of them, but it is, everybody's always looking out for themselves. And that's why I also wanted to kind of tie this into this analogy as well too, is the corporate company, like the people that you work with, no matter how much you drink with them and how much fun you have with them, like, they are still, like, your colleagues, and they aren't really your friends per se. Like, obviously there are exceptions to the rule. Most of them aren't going to be your friends. Most of them are just going to be looking out for themselves. And if you do something or say something when, like, you maybe were drinking with your friends or something like that, or with your colleagues, if you were drinking with them and you say something that they don't like or whatever it may be, or they might just want to gang up on you because they see your potential and your true inner strength, because you got to think about it this way, is if you didn't have something, people wouldn't be trying to take it away from you, and they understand how powerful you are as a person. So when they see you shining and doing things that they themselves wish that they could do, they're going to try to bring you down. It's nothing against you. It's just who they are, and it's something that you just kind of have to accept, that there are going to be people in the world such as that. I do think they are here because they will push us in the direction that we need to go. Like Clark from National Lampoon, if he didn't get that commission check or the 1-year supply to Jelly Palace or something like that, then he wouldn't be in the position where he is at right now, to where, like, he can tell his boss to screw off, because it's just like, I'm not going to be putting in this work and this effort for somebody that doesn't value me as a person. And you just gotta have to be cautious around who you share your stories with. Colleagues, I just don't think it's the smartest idea. Like, if you are in your company, like, I mean, play them out, gauge them out, see how they see who they are, but realize that there will still be snakes in your garden no matter where you go, and being able to recognize them will take time, and you probably will get bit a couple of times during this process. The more you get bit, the more you'll be able to recognize, like, where the snakes are hiding, and then you won't be bit as much or even ever again, because you understand where they are and the things that they do and the strategies and the tactics that they may employ to make you feel certain ways. And once you understand that, then you can start to create your own commission checks so that you don't have to worry about your family, yourself, or your livelihood ever again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have been really enjoying these videos over the past couple of days, weeks at this point in time now, which is super exciting. And if you guys do like these types of videos, share this with a friend, family member, somebody that you hate, or just leave a comment or even a subscribe. And I know I'm asking for a lot with all of those things, and I should only just ask for one, but figure you get to decide. You're a person. You can make your own choices, and I'll chat with you guys in the next video.